was a tousle. Sweat slicked his brow despite the cold. In his long arms, he held a bundle swaddled in an old set of bed sheets. Something dark and crooked poked out the one end. Calla released her breath in an exasperated sigh. "Dad," she said, irritated, "you scared the crap out of me." He startled a little upon seeing her. His arms full, he leaned his head toward his body, using his shoulder to push his eyeglasses farther up the bridge of his bookish nose. "Calla, hey. Gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you. You can go back to bed, sweetie. Everything's fine." But Calla was nothing if not curious, nosy. Her feet carried her down the steps, buoyed by a child's salacious desire to poke into her parents' private business. "What are you doing?" she asked, eyebrows up, mouth down. Her father, Dan, looked left and right, the furtive glance of someone who was afraid he was about to get caught, but then grinned a big goofball grin. "What am I doing? Securing our future, Calla Lily. That's what I'm doing." He licked the corners of his mouth and hurried past her toward the kitchen. He put the bundle on their second-hand country nook table, a table already piled with stuff like bills, past due, a rusted toolbox, some kitchen implements, a can of dirt. If only Calla could one day find a boyfriend who loved her as much as Dad loved dirt. Every flat surface in their house became a shelf, he always said, with some exasperation, as if it wasn't him that was making it that way. "Our future," Calla said, bleary. She looked at the bed sheets. "It's just a bundle of sticks." And it was. Sticks like the fire-black fingers of a charred skeleton. "Not sticks," he said. "Branches. From a tree." He sniffed, still half panting with excitement. "You know what? I need a drink. A celebration drink. Preemptive," he muttered mostly to himself, but I think deserved. From the cabinet, he pulled a bottle of something brown. Whiskey. Calla admitted to having tried a sip about 6 months ago. It tasted like someone poured campfire ash down her throat. Why did adults drink that stuff? Did they hate themselves? She assumed that they did, and she promised herself she'd never hate herself. Not now, not ever. As he uncorked the bottle and splashed it into a coffee mug, Calla sidled over toward the bundle of sticks. She peeled back the sheets, revealing dozens of black sticks bound together with strips of yellow cloth. The cloth dotted with, what, red mud? Dad watched her from the other side of the counter. "It's cyanwood, for grafting." As if she understood what that meant. These were just sticks. Why collect sticks? Sticks were like nature's garbage. It was one of her chores here at the new old house to go around the yard picking up sticks. Then Dad burned them, and she assumed made that nasty whiskey from the remnants. Ugh. "Okay," she said, "because whatever." Dad had gone out at 3 a.m. to get sticks? Was he having a break with reality? A stroke? She peeled back the other side of the bedsheet, and something tumbled out. A little something, soft and bloodless pink, and it bounced off her foot, and she cried out. It was a finger. A severed human finger. She backpedaled away, still feeling the way it felt, moist, cold, mushy, but also somehow stiff, on the top of her bare foot. Dad was already scooping it up, laughing nervously. "Your finger," she said, alarmed, looking at his hand. But he had all his fingers, which meant that finger belonged to someone else. "What about my fingers, sweetie?" he asked. You're not missing. That was a finger." Her gaze crawled around his hands, looking for the finger he'd snatched off the ground. But instead, he turned his hand toward her and opened it up. She winced, not wanting to see. "Calla, look, it's not a finger." He laughed, almost dismissively, like, what a stupid little kid. "You must be tired." Peeking through squinted lids, she saw that he was right. It wasn't a finger at all.